What's up, guys? It's Thursday night, Friday morning. Of course, I came home, was tired and slept from being busy working all day, running around after work. And I've been not bothered, but there's a guy I used to work with at UPS. I'm not going to say his name. He's just one of the guys I used to work with from another terminal in Cleveland. And he heard about what happened to me, and he watches all my YouTube videos. I know they're nothing great. But for somebody like him, he knows I was a guy out of the Richfield terminal for UPS that at one time we weren't even friends. I met him in Columbus. I don't want to get too off track on all this, but it's what it's all about. This is my life. But I met him in Columbus, and I cut him off on a tow motor on the dock or something, and I made him mad. And I was like, "Whoa, man, blah, blah, blah." Well, years down the road, way down the road, I ended up getting a schedule, pulling triples over to South Bend, Indiana, and I dropped 3 trailers, wait for 3 more, hook him up, come back. He would run from his terminal in Cleveland over there. So we'd both be over there waiting on trailers to come to us so we could head back. And we got to become friends. When you're a truck driver at UPS, you guys all work together really well in the yard to help each other out unless you're a jerk. But anyway, I became friends with the guy. He's now retired, and he got a hold of me on Messenger and said, "Hey, what's your address? I'm gonna send you something." I'm like, "All right," and he asked how I was doing, and he's always supporting me on what I do on my videos, telling me to keep going, and wants to see me hit the road and travel. And I got the mail and got a letter, and it's really funny. I want to get it because it's really funny. He made it really basic. There was no big long story. No, he just sent me a letter that I opened up, and I had. It's so cool. It's just how he is. He's straight to the point. Hold on a second. I'm not gonna put how much, but hold on a sec. And thanks a lot, buddy. I appreciate it. But he was thinking about me enough to where he said that in the inbox, "I'm gonna send it to your address." And then he put, "Hey Todd, just a little something for you. I hope it keeps you. I hope it keeps you a bit." And put his name and a check. And it was just that. So I sent him a long message, inbox back, telling him, "You have no idea how much you helped me out." And coincidentally, this happens at a time like it did a year ago last week with Chloe, my dog, which I'm going to show in a second here. I don't have her in much of my videos. My friend Kelly's always like, "What stupid videos? You never had the dog, making it about the dog." But this time it is about my dog again. Like it was a year ago last week when I had some people help me out and donated money for my project that I ended up having to have surgery on her. Huh, Chloe? Chloe girl. There she is. A pretty girl. But everybody knows Chloe. She's a good girl. And just over a year ago, last week, I never got her fixed, and everybody said about how they get infected. Well, she got infected and almost died. And my friend Chuck's girlfriend was a big part of that. Helped me out with taking her to the ER and getting everything going so she could have surgery the next day. It was either that or put her to sleep. And I used the money and got her fixed so she was good to go. And now it's her teeth. And a couple days ago, she wasn't eating. She'd sit there and have her like she's doing now, looking away. She would never look at me. She turned around and looked the other way. And I just knew, your dog. I mean, she's a big part of me. When I first lost my legs and I was in the nursing home after getting them cut off, I finally was at a place where they let dogs. So Christy Rollins would bring her up there because she was keeping her for me. And she'd bring her up to the hospital and they'd let her in there and I'd go in my wheelchair outside. Huh, Chloe? We'd go out for walks. Then we'd go do all kinds of stuff at the nursing home, huh? We'd go outside and get pictures in front of the nursing home. And it really helped me out. She really did. And then I left the nursing home, and mind you, this is after a couple months in the hospital, getting my legs cut off. I come home to a hospital bed, and her, and everybody coming up taking care of me, making sure I took my meds, and my IV with my penicillin, not penicillin, whatever that antibiotic was. And it was hard, man, but here I am sitting at home, and you're like, well, just lost my career, everything I owned. I was working 65, 70 hours a week, I didn't even have much time for my daughter. I mean, I didn't see her during the week ever because she lived with her mom. But I spent every weekend, I mean, just about every weekend, unless her mom had something to do, I would have her. So I'd work 65, 70 hours a week. It was all about the money to me. It really was. That's how I could afford to go buy the boat I had with the cabin at Chaparral. I had my Harley. I had my new truck sitting on big 35s. It was all about the money. It really, really was. And I was chasing that money. And I felt I was financially stable and set up, not for this. I should have financially been set up more for if something like this happened, and I wasn't. And you guys out there sitting there making all that money right now and thinking you're on top of the world and nothing can happen. When you're 62, like myself, I was going to have my 30 years at UPS. I was going to retire and get my best 5 of my last 10 years. And obviously, I would have kept running the big runs like I did. And I would have had a good pension. I would have got like 5,000, 5,500 a month for my pension just from UPS. And I would have been sitting fine if I invested my money and bought another house and paid it off and had my toys paid off. And I'd have been sitting really good at 62 with a very nice pension. And I felt that me giving up all my time working that 65, 70 hours a week would be my benefit for that when I'm 62 and retire, to get me there to be sitting that comfortable. And that's how I felt. No matter what I had, I would have that check every month, and I just looked at it as that. I'd be fine. I'm gonna get like $5,000, 55 a month, 5,500 a month. I'll be fine. Never was I ready to lose my legs and lose all that, lose everything you own, and be sitting there with no legs. And now I have a daughter. She's 14. This happened 4 years ago. But again, I'm going back on somebody that's helping me out. I look at it it's been stuck in my mind how a guy like that, we never hung out outside of work. We were just one of the people that were actually just friends, helping each other out on the terminals. We weren't much on the phone. If I needed help to know what happened, about if there's a wreck ahead and I'm able to get through, or just work stuff. But he still remembers me and thinks about me to where he can do that. And on that, make a basic letter. He's straight to the point. Here, I hope this can help you out. And get me a check with money to help me out with my bus project, obviously, and sees that what I'm doing, and he's, got hope and thinks, this is going to happen, has faith in me. And it happens at a time when my damn dog is screwed up again. And I know everybody says, I'll get that doggy insurance or whatever. I need to look into that, because I had to take her to the vet when I got off with my friend Michelle, Chuck's girlfriend. She went with me, and her and Chuck get her every weekend since she had that surgery. She paid for the emergency visit and all the meds. I mean, just the meds, for liquid meds for her, was $600. And she paid for that, an emergency visit and x-rays, blood work, all that. It was a lot of money. And she paid for that and said that it was because she was able to, and lucky to have what she had in her life at the time. And because of that, after she healed up, after a couple of weeks of them helping me get her healed up and back on the road, they got her every weekend since then. Since that happened a year ago last week, they have took her every single Friday night and brought her home on Sunday, except for one weekend. And some people think that might be weird, but they helped me out. And Chuck was always close with her because he used to live with me when I lived at the house next door at the shop. So Chuck was already attached to her and got a new girlfriend, and would take her down there, and that girlfriend Chloe did not like her. That's the funny thing. Chloe did not like Michelle for like 6 months, 8 months. But now Chloe's really attached to her because she feeds her and Chloe knows who takes care of her when she's down there and spoils her. But again, Michelle went with me to the ER, and I wasn't wanting her to go to pay for it, or thinking, oh, Michelle, I mean, it's because Michelle's close with her. And I was worried about something happening because my friend's girlfriend works at a vet, and he's like, oh, don't ask us to do it. If something goes wrong, she's an old dog, and if she were to die in surgery like they had recently had at the vet she works at, it just reminded him of like, man, don't ask her to do it. So I didn't. But Michelle went with me, and they looked at her mouth, and I was really surprised they can get in there. And they determined that I need to get her teeth pulled. Not Chloe. But they gave her antibiotics and some pain medicine, and she's all gooped out right now. I just took her for a walk down to daycare. She loves going for a walk. Come on, Chloe. Chloe, come on, up. Come on, up. She got her hair cut. Good girl. She's mad, like, dude, I'm trying to sleep. That's my baby girl. You're my baby girl. We're gonna go on the bus and go for rides, and we're gonna go travel the country, and we're gonna see all kinds of people, huh? We're gonna go on the boats and maybe get a motorcycle and ride on a motorcycle. Used to ride on my Harley and had fun. And she loved going on the boat, go swimming. You like go swimming? We used to be cool and have fun, huh? Well, once she gets her teeth, she'll be feeling better and not be so uncomfortable like she is now, because I know she is. But the antibiotics and the pain medicine really helped, because she's been around eating and as if nothing's wrong. I'm not going to let it go, though. On the 23rd, she's getting her teeth pulled, and Michelle was a great person and paid it, and I had money in the bank that I've been saving up again, and I told her, I'll pay you back. I got it. I'll give you the cash. And the way she is, of course, she said, pay her back, mowing her grass and stuff, because I mow her yard every week. I do her grass. I used to do her mom's, but the family member does it. But I told her, either way, I'll give you the money. And it's just, that's another person that just is helping me right now. I mean, and you know what's crazy? I'm not trying to judge people for money or what people have done to help me out. I'm not trying to be stingy or sound like, I'm not putting anybody down. Just what I've noticed, though, is most of the people that have got a lot of money and rich could throw me a couple $100, and it's nothing to them. And it's nice that they did it because they're thinking about me, and that's awesome. I'm so thankful for it. But it seems like the people that are broke and don't have much, they've thrown me some nice money to help me out on my bus. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff that it doesn't look like I got much done, because you don't see it all. You don't see that I paid what I had to have all the windows done inside tinted and all new exhaust and brakes and front end. And I had to get a 2007 bus up to standards to pull a trailer and travel the country, and it's not going to break down and be reliable like that 1,000-mile trip to Florida I did. That was a great test. I had my trailer loaded down with all that stuff for the horse show. I had me and two people riding in it all the way down to Florida, drove around all over down there and back, no problems, thanks to everything I did to it. And I used all that money that I saved up from mowing grasses and that people donated to do all that. And now it's summer, and that's why I'm trying to get everything done again. So gotta save up, buy this, save up, buy that. The solar panels are going to be the most. I'm going to have to spend a lot of money to get solar panels across the whole roof, and then batteries and bank it and wiring it. I don't know who's going to help me do that yet, but that's going to be my biggest expense that I have to get done, so I have air conditioning at night without being plugged in. I'm going to make it to where I'm plugged in and run everything, obviously, when I'm at places that I can plug in, or get a cord at your house. In Florida, it's Chuck. Or Arizona, Chuck and Colleen. Or Florida, if I go down and see my Aunt Lori. If somebody had a cord to plug in, I'm going to be able to make it to where if that's all I got, it'll run my fridge, or run my fridge on my air, whatever. I'm going to have my solar panels to where I'm off grid. I have power in the middle of nowhere by the Grand Canyon for 3 or 4 days, just living off the sun and sitting in there with my food in the fridge with Chloe, and relaxing, enjoying things, or out in my shop, in my trailer, in the back of the bus, tinkering around with my golf cart or my chairs. I'm going to be able to have a spare chair with me. But back to what this is all about. I've been thinking all day about how this guy sent me that check, and about how everybody around me helps me. Like Dan, my landlord, my slumlord, he's helped me out from day one. I was renting his house off of when this happened. I just moved into one of his rentals. I was only there a couple months. Yeah, May 1st I moved in, so May, June, July. July 24th or July 25th when I went to the hospital. Drove myself there when I called off work, and it's on the beginning of the 3 months of hell, and coming out with Chuck picking me up at the hospital, and having no legs, going home, starting my life as a double amputee, trying to make the best of it, because I thought all the videos I watched, you got a lot of negative people on the amputee sites on Facebook. You have a lot of the negative stuff. That's what you see. I mean, there's a lot of positives on there. There's a guy on there that lost his right leg below the knee, and it might be his left leg, but man, this dude just works out, does so much stuff, and he's turned it into like a career of showing amputees, where you can be and what you can do and what you can accomplish. He's really positive. And I know he watches my videos, and he knows what I'm talking about. He's got lots of tattoos, Cool dude. I love watching your videos. But that's what he turned into his amputee, and it happening to him, he made the best something out of it. And he's very successful out of it and turned it into something to where he's shown other amputees how to be positive and not be negative and not be just sitting around like, oh, my life's over. I don't get no money from the government. That's all I get is this. And they take what they can get until they die. I'm not wanting to sit around and do that. Just because I lost my career and everything I owned and was shooting for to retire at 62 and have what I thought would have been a great retirement, I'm trying to make something of my life right now. That's why I got to get this 1 year road trip to at least say I did that. And then after that, if I have to go back to doing something that takes up all my week and time, to be able to get my daughter a car when she's 16 and things that when she graduates and wants to go to college, to be able to help support her and financially on what she needs, where she stays at, or anything. I mean, I'm a 48-year-old guy that I have a 14-year-old daughter that I would like to be able to help. I'd like to be able to do the things I was able to do before. And some of the stuff I should have done more. I mean, I was making, not to talk about money and put stuff out there or be one of them kind of people, but I mean, if you put dollar to dollar, I would work 65, 70 hours in a 5-day work period. Truck drivers can work 70 hours in a 7-day period, and you can't drive over 11, and there's a lot of stupid rules, but I always would get about 65, 70 hours in a 5-day work week. And then that 65 to 70 hours, pulling triples, switch all the fuel time, my clock time, I would drive like I forget what the mileage was exactly, but it was like 550 a day. Or it was around 2,600, 2,700 miles a week, something like that. And I get paid per mile and extra penny for the trailer, third trailer, which isn't much, but it adds up, and all the clock time adds up. And getting fuel and waiting, you get over there and wait for one of your 3 trailers or middle trailer, and you got to build a set, hook them up and get back and get off the clock so you can come back in on what they call your 10 and do it again. And you're trying to catch back up by the end of the week to be on schedule and not be late because they hate late schedules. And you get playing the game. But I don't want to get too lost in what all I'm doing here about this video, talking about what I'm talking about. But my point is I would do that and make $2,400 to $2,500 a week, bring home $1,600, $1,700 after taxes, donated $20 a week to United Way because my mom died from breast cancer, and I was never much into donating anything until after that. But the breast cancer thing really bothered me, and losing my sister as well to breast cancer, Brittany Wonderly. I just always felt like I wanted to donate something to it. And it wasn't really much, but $20 a week would add up. And it's something that made me feel like I was trying to help out somebody out there, that I would let my money go to the donations, things like that, for breast cancer. And I was always one of the people that would help my friends out. If I could help my friends out financially, we go out and maybe pay for things or give them something, or use my truck. Chuck, go ahead, use my other truck. I got my Cadillac to drive, no big deal. You know, I was just always that kind of friend, that kind of person. And to have all this happen to me, then you see those people that come to you now, and I'm not saying pay me back, but help me. And you see who your friends are. And then you got other people like, oh, Penn, you know him, just wants something free again, trying to, you know what, you're damn right I am. Because I'm trying to get something to get somewhere. And I'm trying to have something and get out of this hole. I'm not sitting around boo-hooing about my life. And if people are out there like me that are wanting to help me, I'll take it, thanks. I never thought I'd want to be like that, but I'm in a situation where I'm just trying to get this bus project done to where I know I can live in it comfortably and have no questions, no ifs, ands, or buts. It might look weird, it might be ugly, but you know what? It's got air conditioning, my TV works, I got a little office in the back to make my videos. Chloe's got a place to sleep, and we can go on our missions on the golf cart and drive around and go for walks and be walking her down in Arizona from Chuck's house to the park, to somewhere. It's cool places. I'll be trying to budget and live off of my monthly income, and when I'm 55, my pension will get a lot better than what it is right now, but just got to make it till I'm 55. When I'm 55, I'd be like hitting a lottery for me if I can get UPS, depending on what they agree to give me for my time, But that'll be what bumps it up and help me if the world doesn't go to shit and we don't lose everything. I mean, I'm not into politics, and you'll never see me be into politics and eat up your time on any of my videos on it because I hate that. I'm not like that. I do care about it, but I just don't like rambling on about it. It is what it is, and you can just only take the way it goes, make the best of it. But I all day wanted to make this video because I'm just in awe that he's retired and just is thinking about me enough to be like, hey man, what's your address? I'm gonna send you something, and he sends me money like that. I don't care what he made and how much he saved and bought. Maybe he invested in houses, and he might be doing really, really good right now. He might be just getting his $5,200 a month and his Social Security, and I don't know. But he felt enough in his heart to just like, hey man, he just want to let me know in that little letter, hey, I hope this helps you out, and send me a check like that. It's just it's almost like I don't get it. So we weren't buddies and went to the bar and went boating. He never came out on my boat. He was just a guy at work that seen me out in the yard and knew that I would help him if he needed help, and see me helping other people. And we got along. It turned into a friendship of like, he's not that bad. He was always, to me, an older guy, and he was on a mini hub in Columbus, and he'd work his butt off. He'd be on the tow motor trying to get that trailer loaded so he could head back and go home. And I give him credit. He drove a lot of them South Bend mile runs, running along the South Bend. And he worked hard to get his pension to be where he's at. But he still thinks about me and just throws me money. I mean, it's amazing to me that the people that do the stuff they've done for me and that Michelle's done for me. I'm thankful for this video is to thank all of you guys. Keith, man. Keith has really helped me out. To be honest, I'm not saying how much or anything, but Keith has donated 2 times big time for me. Came through on her surgery last time because I apologized for spending the check that he just sent me on getting her surgery. And what'd he do? Sent me another one, same amount. And at the time, I was going through some bad stuff financially. I'm not going to go talking about that, but I was in a situation, and I took that check knowing I was going to be broke for a while. I took that check and went to Harbor Freight and bought that Predator generator and extra warranty and stuff like that for it. It was like $1,050. At the time, I was thinking, should I take this money he gave me? I didn't mean to say that, Keith. Sorry, I'm kind of screwing it up on saying that, but that's one of the times that I spent the money on that generator because I thought, man, that's what it's going to be for. He gave it to me for the bus project. I'm not going to use this money to get by. I'll get by with food and gas. I wanted to spend that money right away on something for the bus that's in the box, sitting in my garage, that I knew was still going to be part of the project and eventually be of use. Like now, it's sitting in my trailer, and I still got to wire it up and run the exhaust out the bottom of the trailer so that if I'm ever somewhere and want power in the bus for whatever reason, all I got to do is go plug the plug in the back and fire the generator up with the door shut, and then it's a quiet generator. So I'll be able to have the exhaust going out the bottom and be very quiet and still give me power to the bus if my solar panel screws up or the outlet doesn't work where I'm at or whatever the case may be. But jumping around to you guys that have done that, and to you guys that just like to watch me mooch off of people, if that's how you feel, from some of the comments that I've seen and things that people have told me you've said, I feel like I should block you and be a jerk, but I'm not. I'll let you keep watching me do what I'm doing, because eventually I'm going to be somewhere nice, showing nice videos to you guys with my dog and Chloe running around the beach with her bikini and her security shirt. I got to find her security shirt. But you guys will see that eventually this is all going to pay off for me. Eventually, I'm going to get there, and I'm going to be in Utah. I'm going to be in Florida, Boynton Beach, down there at Freedom Factory with Cletus McFarland, and hopefully one of the times Whistling Diesel and Heavy D and Vice Grip Garage and Fab Rats and all of them are there to do one of the races and shows. And like, you can meet some of the people that I follow on YouTube that are like my heroes. I love their shows and their builds and things like that. And I want to get out and meet some of the people, see some of the things that they show on YouTube at places they show, and look back on all these videos like now, and it was just like me making these dumb videos with my dog in the shop I don't know. I don't know what else how else I can put it, but I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna do it. Uh, thank you to everybody that has seen my dream and helped me get to that goal and do what I'm trying to do and support me. Thank you very much. Little neighborhood kid boys that come by here. This is fun too. These little boys that come by the house all the time. Top 10, hey, you're top 10. And, can we get a selfie with you? And I said, you guys aren't trying to make fun of me. And I just like that little kids, like, little fucker. But I'm like, they're like, no, I just want to take a picture. And I'm like, all right. So they get around me. We're doing a piece. And it's funny as heck because I just do that real quick. And they're like, my battery's going dead, damn it. 5%. I got to get off here. But they do that and talk about their family watches me and they watch all my videos and like I'm some kind of star. It's so funny. I've seen them down at Acme. But I'll let you guys go. My videos to thank all you guys that helped me. I don't want my battery to go dead and shut off. But me and Chloe are checking out. Right, Chloe? Chloe! Chloe! We're checking out, okay? In a bad mood? Your teeth hurting? I'm going to get your teeth fixed. All right, guys. Me and Chloe are checking out. Peace.